Okay, guys, so I wanted to come to you guys with a video on the home buying process. A lot of people reach out to me and say, Ashley, what are the steps to purchasing a home? How do I become a homeowner? What do I need to do first? So I wanted to illustrate it in a video because what I was doing before, I basically had a notepad in my iPhone that had like the whole steps. It was like so long on how to purchase a home. And I literally, like when people used to inbox me, I used to literally copy and paste it from my notepad and send over to them. And I just felt like that was such a dissatisfaction to them because we weren't interacting on a personal level. Like I wasn't connecting with them. And anybody that knows me or has been in business with me, they know that I like to personally interact with my clients. So I felt like that was doing a disservice to them. So basically, I just wanted to just come to do a video and kind of discuss what are the steps on purchasing a home. And I wanted to break it down into 3 steps so that because it can seem like a lot of information, but most of the things that you're doing is just repetitive. So basically the first video is going to be your pre-work. This is basically you assessing your needs as if you were the mortgage loan originator, as if you were the lender that's going to be giving you the loan. The second video is going to be the actual pre-approval process. Now that you in your first video has actually gotten your feet wet, assessed your needs to see that if you're ready, the next video is going to be and the next video is going to be an actual mortgage loan originator assessing your needs. And the third video is going to be, okay, now that I've been pre-approved with the mortgage loan originator, I am now ready to home shop. I am now ready for my consultation with my realtor. I hope you guys find these videos beneficial. If you guys have any questions or concerns or things that I did not cover in the video, please feel free to comment below. Feel free to call me, feel free to text me. I love feedback, positively or constructive feedback. I am all for it. And if there's any information that I missed, like I said, feel free to reach out to me. So let's jump into the video. So to start, the first thing, like I said, is the pre-work. This is you being the mortgage loan originator. This is you assessing your credit, your income, your assets, and your debts. And I say credit first because we all know sometimes the credit is like the most difficult thing to juggle because it goes up and it goes down. And we can't control it as much. We can do things to control it, but some of the things are really out of our control. So when it comes to you looking at your credit, I don't only want you to look at your credit score, but I want you to look at your credit report. And what I mean by that. So if a lot of you guys started looking for a home, or some of the people that have started a home or even Googled, well, what credit score do I need to purchase a home? The most common credit score you'll see is a 620. A 620 is the recommended credit score that a lot of lenders prefer. Yes, you can get pre-qualified with a credit score lower than a 620, but you also have to prepare yourself to possibly put down a larger down payment to get the loan that you want to actually purchase this home. So 580 is the lowest score you can get to get pre-approved as long as you have the income to show that you can put a larger down payment down if you have to. That's the first step, is the credit score. And while we're on the credit topic, you want to make sure when you're looking at scores, you're not looking at your vintage score. You want your FICO score, your mortgage FICO score. So Credit Karma would not be a good place to look at your actual score. You want to look at something that reflects your actual mortgage score. So say you have a credit card with Chase. Chase sometimes will show your FICO score. So make sure you just pay attention to is this my vintage score or is this my FICO score? But on the topic of Credit Karma, the feature that I like about Credit Karma is you being able to pull your credit report. Credit Karma is a good tool to use to see what is actually reflecting on your credit. Are these debts in fact mine? If it's not mine, this is my opportunity to reach out to these credit bureaus or reach out to these creditors to figure out where this debt came from. This is your opportunity to do the pre-work to either dispute the things that are not yours or pay the things that are in fact yours. You want to kind of pay attention to those two things. And this is your time, like I said, this is your opportunity to reach out to these different creditors to figure out what these debts are or what you guys can do together to get this resolved or get this to reflect positively on your credit. So that's the first step when looking at the credit report. Another thing you want to do when you're looking at the credit report is checking your on-time payments. With the debts that I have, am I paying on time? Is my credit report reflecting that I'm paying on time? Is my car payment on time? Is my credit card payment showing on time? Is my student loan showing that I'm paying on time? You want things to reflect positively. And if it's not, this is also your opportunity to reach out to the credit company. For example, if you have a credit card with Capital One, and Capital One showed that in March, you paid late. When if you look at your account, you see that you've actually paid it on time. That's your opportunity to reach out to Capital One and say, hey, I paid you guys on time in March, and you guys are reflecting on my credit report that I paid you late. So that's their opportunity to do their investigative work. And if in fact they made an error, they can reach out to the credit bureaus like TransUnion or Equifax and say, hey, yes, in fact, Ashley did pay it on time. Here's the proof. And they can go ahead and update their system. So that is possible, but you just have to be ready to put in the work or call these credit companies to see if in fact you paid on time or if in fact it was late. So that's your opportunity to go ahead and do your homework. So pay attention to your payments. The third thing you want to look at when looking at your credit report is your utilization. You want to make sure that if you have credit cards, you are not maxing them out. If you have a $5,000 limit on your credit card, banks and lenders don't want to see that you use $4,000 or $4,500 of that credit card. They want to see that you're a responsible spender and a responsible payer. So pay attention to your credit utilization. And the last thing that you want to look at is the tenure on the account, the credit age. How long have these accounts been open? Lenders don't want to see that, okay, now that Ashley has a 620 score, I see that she just applied to 3 credit cards. Last month, she got approved for all 3. Now you have 3 accounts showing that's only been open a month. They want to see that, okay, Ashley has been a responsible payer for 5 years. She has an account showing that it's been open for 5 years and she's been paying on time on that account. So pay attention to that. So like I said, when you're assessing your credit, you're looking at the credit score, the credit report, your credit utilization, the tenure on the account, and your on-time payments. So those are the 5 things when it comes to the actual credit. But it doesn't stop there. Their pre-work still continues. So after you have assessed your credit report, we want to pay attention to your income. That's easy. Okay, so now that we assessed your credit, it doesn't stop there. We now want to pay attention to your income. Well, that's easy. That's basically you seeing if, in fact, that you have worked for the past 2 years. Lenders want to see continuous employment for at least 2 years. And when I say continuous employment, you want to make sure you have a paper trail. They want to see on paper that Ashley or whoever has been working for the past 2 years. You can show this with the W2, your pay stubs, your W2, your 1099, whatever it is to show on paper that, yes, I've in fact been working for 2 years. So income is fairly important. They want to see 2 continuous years of employment. After your income and after you assessed your credit, your debts, now you're going to pay attention to your debt to income ratio. When you see the words DTI, DTI is basically your monthly expenses divided by your monthly income. So that's basically your rent, your car payment, your credit cards, your student loans, all the debts that you have for the month divided by how much you get paid for that month. To get approved for a loan, a FHA loan, you want to be at least 41% or lower. 41% debt to income or lower. So how do I calculate my debt to income ratio, Ashley? That's basically taking, like I said, your monthly expenses divided by your monthly income. That will give you the percentage of where you are DTI. And that will give you your debt to income ratio. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that. For FHA, you want to be under 41%. For conventional, you want to be under 36%. So that's how you calculate, or when you see DTI, that's what it stands for, debt to income ratio. And last but not least, the pre-work. You want to make sure that you have a good standing bank account. If you're someone like me that likes to spend money and go shopping and order things on Amazon that we don't need, you don't want the bank account to reflect negatively on you. You want to show that you are a responsible payer and that you can keep money in your account. My suggestion, if you're someone like me, open up a brand new bank account. The lender wants to see at least 2 months worth of bank statements. So whatever money you transfer into that new account, you need to make sure that it can show at least 2 months of you being a responsible account holder. And what I mean by that, we're going to use this account to not only add money to it, but pay little small things just to show that in fact you are using the account. And this, I mean, it can be an account to just save money, but you just want it to reflect positively on you. And always keep a paper trail for this account, because the lenders are going to want to know where are these income or where are these deposits coming from. So say you put $8,000 in there. I would recommend, like I said, keep a paper trail. If it's a check, and if say your mom or your dad or whoever gave you $8,000 to go towards your home purchase, tell them to give it to you in a check so that you can in fact take a picture and save it, so that if the lender ever says, oh, Ashley, where'd you get $8,000? You only make $3,000 a month. Where did this money come from? You can say, oh, okay, well, my friend or my cousin gave me $8,000 check to use towards my home purchase. So you want to just have an idea of where that income is coming from, and if it's large deposits, try to get a check so that you can explain it. If you have an app, like me, if I have Chase, so when you deposit a check, you actually have to take a picture. When you're scanning it, it's actually taking a picture of the check. And if you click the magnifying glass when you're showing your bank account statement or deposit, it actually shows you the check that you've deposited. So it's keeping the paper trail for you. So always keep a paper trail of where that money is coming from. So that's the pre-work. Those are the 4 things that you want to do, or you want to assess yourself before you start talking to a lender, before we go to the next step, which I'm going to explain in the next video. You basically want to look at your credit, your assets, your income, and your debt. Once you've assessed those things and they reflect positively, like I just explained to you, then you know that, okay, if I go to this mortgage loan originator, I know I have all my ducks in a row, and I know I'm this step closer to getting my home. I'm this much closer to becoming a homeowner. So I hope this video was beneficial. Look out for the next video. Like I said, we're gonna dive deep in on the actual pre-approval process, and that's basically a professional assessing your needs as you just did for yourself. So if this was helpful, feel free to comment, feel free to like, feel free to share with anybody you know that are in the process of buying a home. Feel free to call me, feel free to text me, give me any feedback, or if I didn't cover anything that you feel will be very helpful to you, please feel free to reach out to me. I am always interacting with people in my inbox, and I enjoy when you guys ask questions, because it gets me excited to know that you're excited of becoming a homeowner. Let's stop paying rent, guys. And if you're not ready yet, trust me, at least you have this video for when you do become ready. You can remember, okay, well, Ashley the realtor told me that I just need to do this, this, and this to get me one step closer. So yeah, look out for the next video. Stay tuned and have a wonderful day. Bye.